you're related to Tua Tagovailoa, you're gonna have eyes on you. But when you play the same sport and the same position, there's no ducking the spotlight. Little bro Taulia started out as Tua's center, but when he got the chance to be QB1, the younger Tagovailoa never looked back. Leah's got the mental toughness to carry his last name, one of the top-rated high school quarterbacks from 2019. Taulia holds most of the records at Thompson High in Alabama. Born and raised in Ewa Beach, Hawaii, Taulia's from humble beginnings and as hardworking as they come.
God is good, baby!
After a short stint at Bama, he's now at Maryland, continuing to represent the Tagovailoa legacy. He's dangerous, quick, and can make almost any throw. This is more than just Tua's little bro. This is the real story of Taulia Tagovailoa. Taulia grew up in Ewa Beach, Hawaii in a family of 6. His parents were Nalu and Diane. He had 3 siblings, Taylor, Tasia, and of course Big Bro Tua. His family was as close as they come, spending every waking moment together. As Tua's younger brother, he always had competition at home. Leah began playing alongside his brother on the Ewa Beach Sabres. He started off at center when he was 7, hiking to Tua. But when Big Bro left for high school, Taulia was ready to compete at quarterback. It was a huge opportunity for him to follow in Tua's footsteps. Taulia knew that playing Tua's position would only add pressure to his football career, but he was up for the challenge. A switch like that required a lot of mental toughness, and he had to pack on mad muscle. But Taulia was a Tagovailoa. The path to the top didn't faze him, not at all, nuh-uh. Growing up in Ewa Beach, Oahu, the whole island was his gym. A lot of athletes in the area would train on sand and at the beach. Not too bad, right? Taulia and his family were super competitive at volleyball. Lil bro did his damage at setter. Back on the field, Taulia had big shoes to fill beyond just Tua's. Hawaiian legend Marcus Mariota really changed the culture. After balling out at Oregon and being the first from the island to win the Heisman, everyone wanted to be like Marcus. Now it wasn't always smooth sailing. Leah didn't know if he was cut out to call the plays, but after he talked it over with his pops, he knew he was meant to play quarterback. At home, Tua was a teammate and a rival, pushing him and setting the standard. But the future Bama star was also Taulia's biggest cheerleader. Well, if you don't count Mama Tagovailoa, Taulia always dreamed of making it to the NFL. He grew up watching the Cowboys, America's team. But before Taulia could even think about being league-bound, he had to focus on his time in Hawaii and high school ball. It didn't take long for Taulia to make an impact as a freshman. By just the 3rd game of his first year of high school, Taulia was named the starting QB for Kapolei. His head coach even said he's never seen a quarterback so young compete at the level that he did. In 2 years at Kapolei High School, he threw for 6,700 yards and 64 tutties. Woo! Leah gained mad confidence playing for his hometown. As a Tagovailoa, nothing meant more to him than family. So when Tua left for Alabama and thousands of miles separated him from the rest of the fam, the Tagovailoa crew would follow him to the Yellowhammer State. Taulia had a lot left to prove in high school and now had to adjust to a new culture and new team. He was gearing up to play at Thompson High, in arguably the toughest conference in the state. Thompson hadn't won more than 5 games a season in over 10 years. But Leah was ready to come in and turn things around. It was showtime. By his junior year, tons of colleges were starting to take notice. His offers were coming in from all over the country, starting with schools like Ole Miss and Cal. Taulia was getting attention on the field, but he was also as good of a teammate as they come, always showing love to his teammates and shouting out his O-line. Junior year saw Taulia and his squad remain undefeated until the state semis. The big game was Thompson versus Hoover. On the other side of the ball was future Georgia star George Pickens. But this wasn't Taulia's first matchup against Hoover that season. Just a month before, they met in the playoffs. Thompson took down Hoover 32-25. Before that, Thompson hadn't beaten Hoover in their last 21 matchups. But now, they had Taulia calling the plays. In the regular season clash, Leah threw for over 230 yards, including a 98-yard touchdown. But the state semis brought a whole different playing field, and Thompson got bounced 31-12. Definitely a bittersweet end to his junior year. Taulia was at a whole new program and getting better with every game. By the time his junior year was over, he had mad colleges to choose from. Tua's little bro received offers from schools like Oregon, Michigan, Florida, and Nebraska. This was all going down right at the time Tua threw the game-winning touchdown in the Natty. This motivated Taulia even more. He had just one final year to show out and make his decision.
Taulia Tagovailoa for the Thompson touchdown.
After his junior season, Taulia made the Elite 11, home to the best QBs in the nation. Taulia showed out and won the long ball challenge against ballers like Spencer Rattler, Bo Nix, and Jaden Daniels. Leah proved he could hang with the top guys, but he also had a college choice to make in 2018. LSU came after Taulia hard, but on April 21st, 2018, he decided to stick with his family ties. Roll Tide! Now committed to Alabama, he could focus on his senior year. Taulia's last season was a movie for real. He became the only QB in Alabama history with at least 4 career 400-yard passing games. Taulia capped off his last year at Thompson by making the state championship. But the squad got bounced by Central High. Despite the L, Taulia did his thing in 2 years in Alabama. Over 8,000 yards and 82 TDs. Sheesh! He did his thing for real. Taulia was balling out so much that Tua even pulled up to a game to cheer on his little bro. Taulia went off for 350 passing yards and 4 total TDs, leading his team to a 35-0 shutout. Zilch, Zippo, nada. To put all this in perspective, from sophomore year to senior year, Tua threw for 8,184 yards and 84 TDs, while Taulia threw for 8,810 yards and 85 touchdowns. Not bad for the little bro. We see you. After 4 years of high school ball, he passed for over 14,000 yards and 135 touchdowns. High school was coming to an end, but Taulia got invited to a couple games before he headed off to Bama. Taulia had the Polynesian Bowl in Hawaii, which was extra special to play in front of friends and fam back home.
Taulia Tagovailoa.
He led his squad with nearly 200 yards and was named the 2018 High School Player of the Year by the Poly Bowl. Leah also earned a spot in the 2019 All-American Bowl in Texas. He was a little banged up, but still got to celebrate all he had accomplished. His senior year was a dream. Now it was time to take it up a level. Taulia would follow in his brother's footsteps, playing college football under Nick Saban. He saw his first college action in the 2019 season opener against Duke, and completed his first pass against Southern Miss. In 5 games as a backup, Tagovailoa would go on to complete 9 of 12 passes for 100 yards and 1 touchdown. Taulia's first college score came against Western Carolina, where he completed a 15-yard pass to future Heisman winner Devontae Smith. After his freshman year, Big Bro Tua officially declared for the draft. Alabama was going to need a new QB1, but the Tagovailoas decided as a family it would be best for Leah to transfer. Some media thought he may want to play closer to Tua in Florida after he got drafted by the Dolphins, but ultimately, Taulia chose the best fit for him, the University of Maryland. Before he could suit up, Taulia and the Terps waited to hear on his eligibility. On August 7, 2020, Maryland announced that the younger Tagovailoa was cleared to play. With the addition of Leah at QB and 5-star wide receiver Rakim Jarrett, Maryland had a chance to have an explosive offense. His first start for the Terps was a little shaky, but he rebounded, leading his team to back-to-back wins against Minnesota and Penn State. Leah had his best game against Minnesota, a fourth-quarter comeback win in overtime. Taulia threw for 394 yards, 3 touchdowns, and had 2 more scores on the ground. But no play was bigger than his game-winning rush. Leah had earned his starting position for the Terps. In a shortened 4-game season, he threw for 1,011 yards, with 9 total touchdowns. After the 2020 season, Taulia was named All Big Ten Honorable Mention. He didn't get as many games as he would have liked because of COVID, but Tagovailoa has the opportunity to keep making waves in his junior year. With 2 years of college experience under his belt, Taulia's ready to keep carving his own path. Tua ain't the only Tagovailoa that America needs to keep their eyes on. The sky's the limit for young Leah. As Maryland looks to shake up the Big Ten, Leah's setting his goals high for his time left in college. A Big Ten title and a national championship are at the top of his list. Taulia never asked for the added pressure of being Tua's little bro, but he's embraced it. and started making his own waves. He could be one of the best QBs at College Park in a minute. Maryland put together a monster 2021 recruiting class, so look out for Leah and the Terps this fall. It's been your favorite storyteller, OT Cambo. I gotta get out of here now and watch some more overtime. Later. You know the vibes, fam. Listen, the drops don't stop and neither do the blessings. If you want to get drippy like your boy, you know you do, all you gotta do is click the link over here. Also, don't forget to subscribe this away and check out more fire videos over here. You know what it is. It's the O way or no way.